Real. But before we get into it, first off, Buddy is wilding. Kanye is wigging out. That's a funny interview. I'm not gonna lie. I watched it for comedic purposes. I don't take him serious at all. But the second thing is, and I don't fuck with him either. But the second thing is, I found out around Thanksgiving that white people, mashed potatoes to them is like either, macaroni and cheese or yams to black people. I didn't know that. I didn't know they love mashed potatoes so dearly. But enough about mashed potatoes and Barbados. Let's get to the viz. Let's get to the viz.
I started looking at women different who were like double cheeked up in the gym because I used to think that, dang, these girls like yoga pants or shorts just really form to their bodies really well. And then I became friends with some women in the gym, and I was just saying, I was like, respectfully, no weirdo stuff, no creepy stuff, but like, I was like, do y'all feel comfortable in what y'all are wearing? Like, is it comfortable? It seems tight and stuff. They're like, no, not really. I was like, oh, for real. And then they started explaining to me. They were like, well, you gotta come in here, and then you gotta like adjust your shorts. And I was like, what do you mean? They were like, well, you gotta kind of like pull the back up in between your butt to like so you can see your butt. And I was like, huh? And they're like, hold on, I'll show you. Crazy. They're like, I'll show you. So what they did was they pulled it out, and they were like, this is what it would look like if I just put them on like regular, right? And this is how we wear them to the gym. And then they pulled them between their butt, and I was like, y'all got y'all pants purposely in your butt? I really thought them Gymshark, them Alpha Elite like shorts is just how they form to your body. But y'all, bro, I don't know if y'all knew this, but these girls are actually pulling them between their cheeks. I was dumbfounded. I was like, wow, this whole time y'all just I didn't know that's what y'all was on, and I was absolutely 100% shocked to find out that information.
So this doesn't move me, and I'm not mad at him being shocked, but I'll tell you why this doesn't shock me. Because the fact that you got some booty tuck pants in the first place lets me know that you were trying to show off your butt. That's it. These pants haven't existed 10 years, I don't think. They've existed somewhere in the ballpark of 8 to 6 years. And once they came out, women started buying them by the boatload. And they're tucked so deep into the butt, like everybody on the planet has had a wedgie before. And that's not a pleasant feeling. You dig the wedgie out. A lot of chicks wear thongs, so they get used to the wedgie feeling and stuff like that. But you know why women wear thongs and stuff like that. I've never heard a chick say a thong is comfortable. Like, I've never heard them say that. Like, and I'm sure there are some who would say it, but at the end of the day, when you look at stuff like this, the whole purpose is for their butt to be seen a certain way to show off, to get attention and stuff like that. And chicks will wear those to the gym and be attention whores, and then take it a step further and take butt selfies so that everybody that's not even in the gym could see their butt. And then it becomes their identity because it's all over their Instagram page, and that's what they do all the time. Now, the issue I have with this is, which is what the guy, reason why he's shocked, it's the disingenuousness behind, them wearing this type of stuff. And they'll do stuff like, oh, you shouldn't be looking at nobody in the gym. You shouldn't stare. You shouldn't holler at chicks in the gym. But if you know the truth, chicks is at the gym getting fucked. They're getting fucked by guys at the gym. They want, a lot of them want to get fucked by the guys that they find attractive at the gym. So if you know that, you know that this is not just to grab attention and validate themselves, but it's to get the attention of the right guys. Period, point blank.
I get a hug.
Yeah.
Man, we look good together. I'm being serious.
Yeah.
Can I get your number?
Yes.
I'm gonna put it in your phone.
Yeah, man, him.
Bro, I just be getting everybody, bro. I'm just
Here.
okay. So like, do you like me?
I have boyfriend, but
You have a boyfriend, but you
Yeah.
just gave me your number. Oh, I just gave you my number.
it's just my number.
I mean, I'm trying to get to know you.
Okay, bye guys.
I'm lying like hell.
It's an evil world we live in.
Now, I'm going to tell you something real. For him to say, damn, I just be getting everybody, and also say, I'm lying, like, and she ain't even out of earshot yet. Like LeBron, it just symbolizes how much he don't care, how much he just putting shots up. This is just reps to him. And that's just some outcome detachment super player stuff right there. That's how I look at just that. Now, when we get past that, this is why I'm just completely against like having a chick that is a socialite who like to go out all the time, who has not left the nightlife alone, or who even lived for the nightlife at one point. Like if that is you, like you just not for me. It's chicks out here who don't have nothing to do with this shit as far as like no nightlife shit, or who was never really big into it, or who go out on occasion. Because this is the thing, and I don't even like it if you got friends who is club rats and stuff like that. Like I can't take you serious because the issue with all of this, right? There are gonna be men who don't have mics, who get at your girl, who are not gonna upload it to YouTube. And you in the world will never know that this dude got your girl number, he in your girl phone, he cracking your girl, whatever the case may be, and she met him on a night out. Granted, we live in the internet era and anybody can get her through her DMs and stuff like that, but that don't mean that I want to be with a chick that's going out, because where is her dude? That's the biggest point. Where is her dude that she is out with the girls on the strip at night, possibly at the club? They outside, but you know how it is. They either going to a bar or club. It's a nightlife scene. And the scene is for disloyal or single people. So for this next video, we're going to break the rules, and I am going to do it reaction style.
Saying if he's such a value, this is how I think. If he's such a valuable person, me not wanting to go 50-50 if I live with him is not going to make or break him. It's just going to show him what I'm willing to deal with. And this is the thing. The living situation is not the only transaction in a relationship. I mean, I know transaction probably not the word to use, but
it's the word you chose to use. Let's not sugarcoat it. Let's not try and fluff it. That is what you meant. So we'll just keep it there. Transaction.
just because a man is paying all of my bills and I'm not doing 50-50 with that, that doesn't mean that I'm not pouring into him in other areas.
Like how?
Like if we're doing business together, right?
Yeah.
I'm willing to go 50-50 in business. You know what I'm saying? If it's an emergency and he needs something happens, I can back up for that, right? So if his bank account get locked, we living together, he paying all the bills, his bank account get locked, I can cover the bills until they get unlocked. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I can find
a man invites you into his home or whatever, y'all get something together. He's paying all the bills. He's taking care of everything. And you telling me if something happens and you need to cover the bills for a minute, you're going to be like, I kind of need you to pay me back though.
Honestly, I don't think
I need to know this. What do you feel like you're bringing to the
We'll just stop here. We'll stop here for right now. The first thing, she lost me at doing a business or having a business together and willing to go 50-50 on a business. That does not make you special as a partner or a woman. Listen, and I'm going to just give you my perspective on how I look at this. Like, I personally do not believe in starting and running businesses with your girl or your wife. I personally don't believe in that. And listen, I've seen it work. It actually works for some people. So let me not say like, oh, just because I don't believe in it, that it doesn't work. But I'm going to give you my perspective. The thing about business is if we talk about business partners and things like that, things can get really ugly. And I've seen it get ugly on situations where people are making millions of dollars. I've seen it get ugly in situations where people have just a small spot, a small local spot. I've even seen it go bad with internet businesses for whatever reason. So there are a lot of situations where business can get sticky. And in my personal opinion, it's best to have somewhat of a detachment from that person. Because when you start doing this Puff Daddy type business where everybody think you they friend and y'all think y'all friends, but it's really business and stuff like that, you know, that slimy real estate, what you call a car salesman type shit. That's when the person who is not the slime ball They get funny expectations. They get expectations thinking that this person is really down for them. They really wouldn't do them like that. And guess what happens? You get social networked. You get Mark Zuckerberg. You get zucked to where he steals the company, runs off with it, XYZ. You get Zeused. The Zeus network is going through a lot of stuff right now because the owner fraudulently pushed out the other co-owners and is not giving them any of the money, and he's taking all the credit when he was the one saying, yo, like, I'll get y'all back when da-da-da-da-da. So he put the money up, but they had obligations to where, y'all got the clout that I don't have, and y'all can make this shit move. And y'all got the connection. So they use their connections and everything to get it moving. And then, you could go and look up the story. But the whole point is he jerked all of them people. And if you just go and look at the music industry, like the record industry, bro, they be jerking cats all the time. I mentioned Puff Daddy. So with that being said, from a business perspective, you think you could know somebody. You could think you know somebody. You could think that y'all tight. You could think that y'all cool. I've seen actual friends fall out. I've seen longtime business partners fall out. We've seen Jay-Z slime out Dame Dash. They came in $100,000 to get the partnership with Def Jam. They supposed to be business partners. Dame Dash is obnoxious and annoying, but he was riding for Jay the whole time. He was riding for the team. He was riding for Rock. Jay just didn't feel the same way. And if you know a lot about Jay, Jay is a slimy nigga, but that's not something we really gonna get into on this channel. So I believe in personally keeping business and personal pretty separate. That's my personal belief. Keeping business. A lot of people don't believe in that. A lot of people will go into business with their best friend and it flourishes and it's great. You could do that. Shout out to you. But that's not something that I am necessarily going to do. Now let's take it a step further and kind of wrap this part up because there are more points I got to touch on. But going into business with somebody that you were in a romantic relationship with, to me, in my opinion, is a big conflict of interest because now you're expecting a woman to be able to separate, whatever issues y'all might have going on. Like if you cheat or something, or, you not having, she don't want to have sex with you no more, whatever the case may be. Like you expecting her to separate how she emotionally feel about you from the business. Do you even know if she is capable of that? And you're going to have to find out the hard way when it does happen. And I could keep going, but it's just, that shit is just not a good recipe for success. I believe in keeping that separate. But even then, she talking about like, if a dude is making XYZ and he got all his own motion, right? And he's paying for everything and she's not willing to pay anything. The whole thing about this is whatever he's got going on, if he's an entrepreneur or even if he's just, a part of a bigger company, he don't need whatever motion a business with you is going to bring him. He don't need that. Your money doesn't benefit him to start a business. It just doesn't. But chicks love this power couple, Jay-Z, Beyonce shit, so they gonna say that shit. The second thing, her talking about pouring into this guy that is paying for everything and has all this money is her covering him when he doesn't have money. You're with him because he is capable of paying everything. So we're talking about a situation that is unlikely because depending on what this guy does, he may have hella stability. And just think about this, like that is an unlikely situation. So the situations that you named as far as you pouring into your guy, those aren't even constant situations. Those aren't things that are a day-to-day basis, month-to-month basis. That is just situational. And it's an unlikely situation. And again, it's just financial. And this guy's supposed to be the financial Mac. He's supposed to be very good with finance. So like, he don't need your money. And that is what chicks be failing to realize. Like, come on, man. You got to give us something else. You got to give us something with more substance. But this is the big key right here. I let that play out instead of diving in immediately because I wanted to see if the man had to pay it back. When dude asked that, what she said was, like she started moaning. I don't think I would be that pressed, or I don't think I would press the issue. She said something along those lines. What that means is it's not a flat out no. It is not a flat out no. He wouldn't owe me nothing. They're going to owe the money back. That man is going to owe the money back. So you're not really pouring in the shit. When that nigga is paying the bills, it is not an IOU. So you fucking covering for him is not pouring into him at all. I'm going to talk about her age later. And you could say that it plays a part in this as far as like her not knowing much, but this is the issue. We have seen women in their 40s, bruh, and 50s who don't know what a man wants and what a man needs and what value they could provide to a man. So it's not even a young woman thing. It is a universal American Western woman thing. They do not know what men want. And this is the big part. They don't care.
$10,000 a month for the spot, bills and everything. You're gonna say another $5,000, maybe car. So let's just say $15,000 a month. That's light. It's light. He's taking care of all that so you can live and enjoy the things.
Yeah.
What are you doing that makes him feel like that value exchange is worth you? Because he could do it by himself. He could do it by himself and do what he wants, when he wants, how he wants. So why would he spend $15,000 a month? What in exchange is he getting for that $15,000 that you feel like you need him to pay for everything?
Okay, first, I feel like me being myself is part of the reason why he even chose me, right?
What did I just say? She has zero clue of what value she brings.
Obviously, I'm somebody that you're interested in. You like the way I think. You like the way I talk. You like the way I treat you. You like the way I make you feel.
I hear what you're saying.
I
hear what you're saying, and I'm not saying that's not valuable. So you feel like you're worth more than $15,000 a month. So let's real quick. Let's put you here. We're gonna put you here and everything that you bring to the table. Then we're gonna put $15,000 here, right? Mm-hmm. You feel like if he was like, you know what, I could give her $15,000 and let her live with me and pay for everything, or with this $15,000 a month, what of value can I get that might be more to her? You would say that you're more valuable than that $15,000.
So if we're paying $15,000 to live, whatever man I'm dealing with, that $15,000 is not going to be nothing compared to the amount of money we can be making together.
See, the internet has fried the youth's brains for sure. Like sizzled bacon in a pan. Like the brain is fried because he just painted a picture to where the guy is capable. Come on, man. Follow me, man. Capable of paying $15,000 a month. And you are a part of that expense. Like whatever, like you coming into the picture raises whatever his expense is to $15,000 a month. So you were a part of that. You were consuming a part of that $15,000. And your go-to move when it's time to talk about your value is you could make him more money. Ma'am, he can pay $15,000 per month. Now, shout out to Goldie. Goldie, I don't know what the fuck he got going on or what she got going on to where they sitting across from each other. And he said, $15,000 a month, that ain't nothing, right? She just like, yeah, it's nothing. Do you know what the fuck is going on in America? Like, the majority of people are dealing with a real, I don't care what nobody says, this is a recession. They might not call it that. It might not be widespread on the news. That's what we're in. That's what we're in. And even if we get past that, there's just no point in the history of just any society where $15K a month is normal for most people. So that is exceptional. That is exceptional. It's not that it's not like, look, you could say it's not nothing to you. You gotta add, you got, for everybody watching, you got to say for you, or you got to say for y'all. Cause that, like, for most people, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy for most people. If you throw a dart anywhere on the planet, and you take the population within 100-mile radius, that's crazy for most people within that 100-mile radius. 99%. But back to her. So that's her value delivery. Her value delivery is like, I will help him make money. He don't need your money. And then, oh, I will cover him, but he owe me back. You'll never need to cover him because he don't need your money. And then when we get to, well, what can you provide outside of that? Well, if he chose me, he has to like me, right? You know, he has to like something about my personality. Hey, man, listen, I could bet you she not chose. I could bet you that there is not a man paying $15K in her life. This is the big difference between men and women. When it comes to men, we are forced to face where we stand in the dating market. We are forced to look at it. You don't even got to understand it on a deep level because everybody don't know all the attraction and stuff like, but you understand where you stand. That is the bare minimum that you know. You might get to thinking like, damn, why can't I pull no bad bitches? And we talking about somebody who never been in this sector of the internet, somebody who was completely aloof. They might just be like, go to the default. I don't got enough money. But then you think, man, shit, the drug dealer she fucking, or the one dude she fuck, like, he don't really got money either. So like, she's still in Section 8. She still be struggling and stuff like that. So maybe it's not the money. Maybe it's something. And dudes got to really look to figure out, okay, where am I lacking as far as the value that I'm bringing? Like, is the game weak? Am I not funny enough? Am I not electrifying enough when I talk to a babe? Like, am I capable of making a babe feel a certain way with my conversation? I am, but they be friend zoning me. They not attracted. Like, so what, you know, cats go like to the stuff they can't change first. Like, oh, is it the height? Is it because I'm black? You know, they'll start going to shit like that. Some won't. They'll look like, okay, like, and this is how it works in the real world. Motherfuckers don't say, man, I got to get in the gym unless, like, they see the chick with a bunch of beefcake motherfuckers. But what they'll look at is yo, what type of dudes be getting these chicks, bro? Dudes who dress better. I guess I got to start dressing better. Dudes who, groom themselves and go to the barber. I guess I got to start going to the barber. Damn, this chick turned me down because, you know, I told her, like, yeah, you could come through, but I don't got a car, so I can't come to you. She heard that. She shut me down. You know, so dudes got to face all the reasons that they get rejected, and they got to step their game up to some degree so that they can get the results that they want. That's what dudes are faced with. Women are not faced with that because even my 600-pound life, big blimp, Ghostbusters at the end, fucking Pillsbury man ass bitches, these chicks will still get a boyfriend. The most ugliest, most unattractive woman you can think of, bruh. And I'll even take it another step in another direction. The most hoish chick that you think nobody would ever cuff. The most baby mommed out. She got 10 baby dads, all of them killers, and they killed her last 3 boyfriends. Two of the baby dads that killed the other 2 boyfriends, they went to jail. The one, he's still out. Like, even she'll get another boyfriend. Even if the dude seen all of that death around her, bruh, it really don't be like, these chicks will get the boyfriend, they'll get a man, and it might not, well, not even might not. In a lot of cases, it don't be the man that they want, but they'll still get him. They'll commit to him. They'll disrespect him. They'll walk all over him, whatever the case may be. Or they self-esteem be low. They getting shitted on by a subpar motherfucker. Whatever the case may be. It's going to be some dysfunction, whatever it is. But the whole point of this is even the most bottom of the barrel ass chicks get attention from men, get man hollering at them, get man who want to smash them, and then even some cases get some weenie. And we talking about bottom of the barrel. They get some weenie to want to commit to them. So they don't really have an idea. Man, let me tell you something, man. I done seen some of the weakest, most wackest bitches talking shit about some of the guys that pursue him. And it's like, yo, you are so fucking pop. What are we you remember that video that I had where the chick was like, oh, you're a 4, you're da-da-da-da-da. See, the issue with that, like, chicks will get upset about a dude rating a chick that's like a fucking Instagram celebrity, or like Ariana Grande, somebody that like they'll never meet, and they not even giving the woman this criticism directly to her. They doing it in the privacy of their home and shit. Chicks will get insecure and mad about a dude who is literally a 4, like she said, rating a chick that they think is a 10. They'll get mad about that. But the difference between men and women is this guy is talking about some chick that he's seeing through a screen. A fucking 2, a chick that is an absolute 2, will talk shit about a guy that is actually messaging her, a guy that actually took her on a date, a guy that actually was back at the crib about to smash, probably even did smash. They will talk shit about these guys like these are some of the most unworthy guys. These are some of they would just shit on these dudes. And it'd be like, bruh, you like, shame on him for even fucking with you, because you not nothing. You not nothing. So it just be like, just when you think about that, nigga, it be arrogance in chicks who don't, like, you're not even in the realm of being okay. Like, you are not even in the realm of being okay. Let me tell you how bad it'd be. It'd be like, I wouldn't even let you suck my dick. That's how bad it'd be. And those chicks be shitting on some dudes, and it'd be crazy. And the even crazier part is the self-esteem sometimes be in the gutter. That's just what it is. Now, I just want to be clear, because I did go on a tangent. I started getting crazy with it. A lot of that stuff has nothing to do with the chick on the screen. Just want to be clear on that. That, like, I was talking about other chicks, and I was talking general for a lot of that stuff. But let me get to a whole separate point, which kind of has to do with her, but it's still general. So that means I'm talking about more than just her. Like I said, a lot of the youth, their brains are fried, and it's been fried by the internet. It's so crazy that you'll see something like Adolescence, which I still haven't watched. I don't know if I'll even watch that shit. I'm not going to lie to you. Shout out to all the red pill dudes, like, watching it and shit. I want that shit to fail. I want that shit to fail so bad, because it's just like, okay, so y'all about to take this shit and misrepresent it. I'm not fucking with that. I'm not about to support that. Fuck it. Bro, please let that shit fucking fail. And it may not, and I may eventually get to it like a year down the line or like 4 months down the line, but I'm not anxious to watch it. If I was, I would have been watched it. I got Netflix. I done watched like 6 animes since that motherfucker came out. But what they will do, they will go and they will try and paint a picture like, oh, the manosphere is ruining young boys, and it's just the worst thing. It's just so bad. And, ooh, you got to take the red pill. And if you take the red pill, you know, you got to start abusing women. And, oh, like, they try to paint this ridiculous, inaccurate picture and try to villainize, you know, what's going on in, like, the manosphere's face and stuff like that. And they also try to radicalize it. They try to radicalize what's going on over here, when in reality, most motherfuckers are just chilling and going to their job. Like, nobody's doing nothing crazy after watching a Coach Greg Adams video. Like, like, what are we talking about? But they are so focused as far as the media and trying to just portray what's going on over here as like, oh, it's some dark, creepy, manipulative, violent stuff that they're doing over there. But like this, like I mention all the time, this is really not touching a tremendous amount of people. It's just not. It's just not. I know you would like to think it is because of the Kevin Samuels blow up, but I feel like and I say feel like because I'm not certain on this, but you see all the Death of the Manosphere stuff, like, I'm pretty sure this shit is on a downward trajectory. Now, it's not going to go away. But the thing that I've said on the channel is that this shit was really always meant to be underground. It's not meant to be mainstream. Rolo used to say that all the time. I wasn't sure why, and I still can't say that I remember anything he says about it, but I understand myself for a couple reasons. Exploitation and dilution. Those are the two reasons. Exploitation is just pearly things, other women, or even other entities like the Valuetainment. What's the dude name? I don't remember the dude name, man. But like people coming in and just like, oh, we could make money in this space, but we not really that. We just gonna host this whatever, and we just gonna culminate a bunch of people and just have panels, and we're going to just strictly focus on the entertaining. We don't have nothing new to offer, nothing like that, and blah blah blah. And even then, one thing I must say, a lot of y'all really be pressed about the, oh man, cats is regurgitating talking points and not saying nothing new. Nobody said, and look, I hate to compare it to religion, but nobody says that about any religious text. Why? Because the message is important to be put out. The message is important to be put out. Just because, like, the message doesn't have to come from the same person all the time or just from one person. And this is the thing about this as well. A lot of your favorite people that you want to like put stamps on it, they didn't make the stuff up that they're saying. They got it from another source. They didn't get this shit out the mud or off the muscle and stuff like that. When you hear me say stuff like, I think I said in another video, or I don't think I said it in this video, but the Negro Institute of Science and stuff like that's my shit. But as far as me talking about broke dudes and stuff like that, getting chicks and stuff like that, that is just something that is underrepresented in the space. That is not something that I made up. That is not something that any of these motherfuckers made up. Don't let them try and tell you that they coined it, broke dudes. Don't let them try and tell you that. Nobody can say they coined it because it's just a reality. It's just a truth. It's just a hard truth. Let's scale it back a bit because I'm going too far down the rabbit hole. But yeah, the red pill is not mainstream. It's not really touching that many people. Boom. So we get that point out the way so I can get to the point that I was actually trying to make. When you look at a lot of the anti-man narratives or the feminist narratives that are very destructive, not feminism as far as like, oh, we should get equal pay, we should be able to have abortions, not that type of stuff, but stuff that's like, we don't need men. Men are useless, stuff like that, mansplaining. Talking points about vilifying men and just trying to, do that, like trying to cut men down, just feminist extremist stuff. When you get to a lot of that, that is way, way, way more widespread than anything that you want to try and label as air quote misogyny or red pill or whatever it is far more widespread, mainstream, and accepted. It's far more widespread, mainstream, and accepted. It's all over the internet. It's all over TikTok. You see women making videos, middle-aged white women, talking about, I can counsel you for your divorce. It is okay to leave a good man, a perfectly fine man, and nothing is wrong in your relationship as far as what he's doing, just because you were unhappy. It is perfectly fine. And if you need counseling so you could fuck up your family like I did, hit me up. I will be glad to help you ruin your family. That's the stuff. Like, you would think that, how I'm saying, like, the youth is fucked up. You would think that it's just like, okay, we get to a certain point where women are so mature that they're not going to be influenced by childish negativity on the internet. But I guarantee you some people are hitting up these divorced white women for consultations about getting divorced in a relationship where everything is okay. And they're about to blindside the man and break up their home. In this clip, they are talking about 50-50. The whole thing about 50-50 is it falls under a paradigm that black women specifically and especially push a lot, to where you are not a man if you are not paying all the bills, if you are not financially taking care of a woman completely. You are not masculine and you are not a man. That is destructive rhetoric, and it marginalizes men down to their finances. And also it marginalizes men down to what they are willing to do for women. And I could keep going, but these narratives are all popular narratives created by and pushed by average women all over the nation and then all over the planet, because it's past just the US at this point. So it's pushed globally by regular women. You can't think, like when you think of a narrative, I'll give you one narrative. And this narrative has hit a lot of people, because I seen somebody talking about the wall on my social media the other day, but it's the wall. That would be a manosphere talking point, right? As far as something that is being spread. You can have your gripes with it. I'm not here to defend the wall today. But as far as the wall, you are not going to see an abundance of content anywhere comparable to the 50-50 conversation, the you ain't a man if you ain't paying my bills conversations, which is the same as the 50-50 conversations, and whatever other talking point I mentioned, or just different talking points that women have in general. You're not going to see the wall popping up all over the internet. You're just not going to see that. You're not going to see that because it's some underground ass shit. And even though Kevin Samuels got a video of Future and he was mainstream, Kevin Samuels died, unfortunately. And with him dying, a lot of the popularity went down. And guess what? Myron and Pearl just turned the shark. They turned the shark. They turned racist. They fucking conservative racist figures. And they'll never be mainstream. Neither one of them will never be mainstream. But meanwhile, you could turn on broadcast television. Bro, you don't gotta have DirecTV. You don't gotta have Spectrum. You don't gotta have Cox. You don't gotta have no cable. You don't gotta get Netflix. You could turn on the antenna, the digital antenna. Go to channel 3, ABC, NBC, whatever channel it come on. And you can watch The View. And they will have a segment about how men are useless. Except gay men. And they got to specify except gay men. And then they will take that clip and then put it on YouTube. And every one of them still have a job. Every one of them still have a job. If men were to get on TV in 2025 on any show and have a segment about how women are useless, they would be doing a public apology within 48 hours. But you got The View, they down talk men. You got The Talk, which is the black version of The View, they down talk men. And I could keep going. But meanwhile, just because of this little ass space over here, you got feminists working with YouTube to censor and shut down what people are saying. To censor and shut down what people are saying in the manosphere space. Yet, the message on the other ends that are destructive towards men and destructive towards relationships, they are being pushed, they are being accepted, they are being normalized. We're about to move on to some other clips, but I say all that to say there's a lot of content. The content that I mentioned is doing irreparable damage to women and also doing irreparable damage to relationships and the family unit. Fam, I've been alive for quite a while. And yeah, they might have a song like What Have You Done For Me Lately and I Don't Want No Scrubs. But I've never seen, chicks come out in abundance saying a man need to pay all the bills. I'm not paying nothing. He not a man if he not paying all the bills. I have never seen that as a narrative coming out of a mass of women's mouths until the past 10 years.